Good evening, everybody. This is the Lefeinian Ladder race. Our weekly race. It's our weekly challenge flag race. I am DM Steel 1981. Alongside me in the booth is Davion Ha. How we doing tonight, Davion?
I do. Thank you all for joining us. Well, this is an interesting one we've got for week 5 of the Lefeinian Ladder. It is a town and entrance shuffle, so what things should be where they should be aren't where they need to be, and they gotta figure out it all. It looks like our two racers on stream are Oslotto on our left and Guardian Marcus on our right. Obviously, we've got a few more racers taking part in this off stream. Party-wise, we've got Thief, White Mage, Fighter, and Black Belt for both of our on-stream racers. I actually totally forgot to check out what the blessings were, so please give me a moment while I pull those up. Makes it easier for us to know. Thankfully, someone in the community made this beautiful tool that lets us pull that information without having to load the ROM ourselves. Okie dokie. So as far as blessings goes, Fighter, we have Space, Poison, and Fire Protection, and Agility plus 25, and then a negative 10 Strength, so a less hard swinger. Thief, we'd get the 800 gold bonus, as well as Gauntlet and Helm wielding, but a negative 1 hit per level, so a little less accurate. But of course, these thieves do have the buff to their evasion and luck. No lockpicking though. The Black Belt, the big beefy punchy boy, has plus 5 luck, plus 80 hit point, and negative 1 MDef per level, which basically just means the Black Belt is a Black Belt that is a Black Belt. Find a ribbon and you're back to punchy. The Unseen Red Mage, we've got a plus 2 level 1 magic, plus 10 strength, and a negative 15 G or 150 GP. White Mage, we got bonus, cure 3, and plus 20 hit percent, but no ribbon, so kind of flaky there. Then the Black Mage, we've got plus axes, the wood evasion set bonus, where all 3 wood armor pieces gives it max evasion buff, and then Malice of no bracelets, so understandable we don't see the Black Mage. Well, we shall find out how things go.
It is a 4-forced party.
That would explain. If they have no choice, that is what they go with.
And we are off, and Corneria Castle is Titan's West. We are on entrance and town shuffle. We get X for Ruse, Invis, Heal, White Magic level 1, Black Magic level 1. Okay, Oxiel is on Ordeals. I saw Rub, Ice, and I didn't see the other two. We get Cheap Pro Rings and Iron Armor -1.
That was Rub, Ice, Slow, and Stun for our Black Mage level 1 magic, which,
okay.
Well, short of promotion on that Thief, doesn't do us much well.
And Oslo and Guardian Marcus both heading up toward Temple of Fiends and see what's in Temple of Fiends. Oh, heal 3 on Wolves.
That's just
and
annoying.
Temple of Fiends is the other half of the wormhole.
You know, it's better to find that early and know you don't need it, but it is hilarious. Obviously, these flag sets, the Lefeinian, Canaria itself is always Canaria. At least there's that consistency.
Yes. Well, there is a flag that will let you do otherwise, and that is Gaia in... Oh, this is full entrance, and this is entrance and floor.
Ooh, that's even more crazy. But yeah, that's the Q block at Dwarves and Gaia at Toya's cave.
And did I hear you say Woodset Max Evade? Someone had Woodset Max Evade?
That was on a non-included character. That is the Black Mage. But that +2 wood is actually really good, affordable early armor.
Yes, wood +2 is decent early armor.
Ooh, Cat's Call +2. That's not going to get much use, but it's hilarious to see. And no item for sale, it looked like, in Gaia.
But more importantly, that falchion +3. That falchion +3 will do some work.
Let's get our first look at what Provoca actually is, and that is Sky
That is
2,
Sky 2.
which is incentivized. So we get our first look at an incentive here. Oh, it is not. Interesting. I need to look back at the incentives.
Our incentives tonight are Vanilla Ice Cave, Vanilla Ordeals, Vanilla Marsh,
Ooh, Sky is
Random Earth, Random Sea, Random Sky, and Vanilla Corneria Locked.
So Oslato just encountered a random eye, which unfortunately he was not equipped to deal with. It's nice to see the good eye, but only when you're ready to kill it.
Only when you're ready to grind on your black belt.
Same with these metal slimes. They're very, very juicy, but oh so deadly.
Yeah. Have you run the Duckling Weekly?
I actually have not. I haven't been in a mood to run recently, but I very much enjoy seeing other people run.
This is also Shard Hunt.
Awesome. They do not need to kill the fiends. They just need to get enough shards. Obviously, the fiend kills do count for shards. I believe it's 2 shards for the earth and the fire fiend, and then the sea and air fiends are 4 shards each. Although
that is correct. And there's rock goals. There's more juicy XP if you have the levels to take them on.
Indeed, this is a floor worth grinding. I'm going to have to assume that we have extended open progression at this point because, well, actually we haven't seen past this floor. Never mind.
Yeah, we might be able to... And that's a Bahamut... That's a Hall of Dragons floor.
Unfortunately, we don't have the Hall of Dragons full of dragons, which is hilarious. And this is Ice Cave.
Incentive ice, mind you.
Indeedly do. Juicy
That's a red D tile. Red D can be worth grinding.
They're very evasive, though, which is quite annoying sometimes. That is
Zeus Bonk.
That's our first caster item, and with no Black Mage, that is very powerful. I think Guardian Marcus is going to run out and save before diving ice. Nope, just resetting out. Interesting. So unless we have extended open progression, which provides a path to the Northwest Castle and the rest part of the continent, that ice cave could well be our canoe or our ship. Oslato finding waters in Ice Cave. Another relatively good experience, but incredibly deadly, especially early on party to find. And they come in
I
packs.
hate those things. I hate water elementals.
That is excellent.
Opal Cheerio.
Ice Cave paying out in gear, if not experience and survivability.
I'll tell you one thing though, Thavian. I hate Shard Hunt with a black belt.
You never can be consistent on whether you grind, and when you get the grind in.
Well, no, because the whole point of a black belt is that you never have to check chests.
Ah, very good point.
The whole point of the black belt...
that 6th chest in the 6-pack, knowing there's a spike tile in front of it.
Yeah, the whole point of the black belt is you check the minimum number of chests, and Shard Hunt, you got to check a bunch of chests anyway. So it eliminates the whole point of taking a black belt. And oof da.
And wizards are deadly. I mean, they're deadly when they're the boss in Marsh normally, but that's just a pack of 6 to do no good.
And yes,
we do have
extended open is
over
on.
Yeah.
That's
a pretty juicy shard, or a juicy pack of boxes you can get to easily.
Yeah, that is an Agama floor. And that's Zombie D's. Zombie D's are a great grind tile.
I do believe Guardian Marcus reset out and doesn't even have that Zeus bonk though, which could help against those Zombie D's. Give that white mage something to do.
Ooh, -3 on that katana.
That's a light axe though, that would help with the Zombie D's. The light axe casts Holy 2.
Yes, and in addition to that, I believe White Mage Harm All is on.
Thankfully, that has become something of a standard.
That is pretty well a standard anymore, White Mage Harm All.
White Mage is useful, that's what the flag means. That
yes, it means White Mage. Yeah, I mean, I always take a White Mage anyway because I don't want to get locked out of life spells.
Fair enough.
What kind of party do you usually take, Fabian?
Depending on the blessings, it's usually something like a Thief Fighter red, because I can drop to a 2-man depending on what gear I get. I very much like the Red Mage as just a all-around utility character. That is the Canal. That is, somewhat womp at the moment, to be honest.
That's
until
understandable.
We get the ship.
Yeah, until we get the ship.
But that does mean we still need to see what our Northwest Castle routes through from the Agama floor. We also have to see what Marsh or Elf and Elf Castle are.
However, let me do a quick look at things. However, that is an extra 10% XP, so it's not completely zonk.
Yes, that's one thing I've always advocated. If you can get as many items before you ever have to grind, it's better, especially the fetch items and chains that you can get. So, better to see them now than not. And that is Oslato out with the gear, with the canal, as Guardian Marcus made a run back to Canaria. Looks like Guardian Marcus is going to try and dive that, no, going back to Gaia.
Well, and you mentioned about Corneria being Corneria. That's not always the case. Picking up tents. Picking up some tents.
Yes, save items are. If you have the flags up, do we have Save on Death enabled on this flag?
Let me look. I don't remember which. We do have the River to Melmond open as well. We do have a River to Melmond, just so you know.
No, we do not. We do not have Save on Death, so if they die, they lose what they've dove for. There's no safety net for that. A very nice flag when you're learning, but a crutch.
I will say this is similar to the base flags from last year's co-op tournament that I ran in, and shout outs for the co-op tournament that is coming up soon. If you are enjoying Final Fantasy Randomizer, you should check the co-op tournament out. It is a blast to run in and a blast to watch as well.
Oslato getting that light axe out of the Agama floor as Guardian Marcus bails out of his dive into ice again. At this point, they're wishing for level 1 warp. That would have made the ice early very less painful.
Yes, much.
Oslotto taking this fight against the Frost Wolves that Guardian Marcus found. They have Cure, so what is with these wolves and their heal spells?
I mean, at least it's just cure and not a heal of some kind that will take up a whole lot of time.
True. And this is interesting. Oslotto loses the White Mage and the Thief, but is continuing on. Might just do Explore and then bail out of die, or looks like probably just going to dive and check what the next floor is before.
Okay.
Oof. He moved the left, he didn't check the box. That's always... C short into C2. And sea snakes do the killing, so we know that we have some sea floor beneath the lava. Oh, and those frost wolves have glare. Did Danny roll this seed? Oslotto finding a Agama, which is a pretty fun thing to see. Now, where was that? I did not catch it. Nope, that was a loose Agama on the Agama floor.
Well, that's kind of an expected thing to find.
Indeedly do. I just thought of it. There is a grind tile that's easily accessible to them because they have the cube lock door. They could try that grind tile in front of the cube lock.
Yes, they could.
I doubt they're interested in trying to find a grind right now because there's still plenty of exploration to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that zombie D on Agama floor is a safer grind though.
Very true, and it is a repeatable tile because you just go up and down between them. Plus, you've got the ability to down your party members if you want to go hardcore on the grind. Speaking of down parties, Guardian Marcus already down a warrior. As Oslotto is checking what is beyond Seafloor 2. Both of our runners using the axe and the Zeus Gauntlet to good effect, taking down the Zombie D for Guardian Marcus and the Gur Shark for Oslotto. Zombie D definitely better value, but Oslotto at 7 across the board, same with Guardian Marcus, these levels are straight up comparable.
Yeah.
Or close to it. Look at, that is... Oops, Sky 1.
Roostick.
Big bonus there. One of the final gear panoply I always target when you get the Roo Stick, the Defense Sword, and the White Shirt for as much evasion as possible with that Power Bonk for buff.
Yeah. Guardian Marcus is working his way through those zombie Ds, and I think that is a great choice. One of the rules when you're running a black belt is don't look for the better grind. Find one that's good enough.
Indeed, and with the axe and the Zeus Gauntlet, those are both effective regardless of flags on the zombie Ds, so you have consistent damage to get up to those levels.
Yes.
And given that the black belt only has a negative 1 MDef per level, ooh, the eyes have stone. Or whatever it is.
It's something
those
that
eye
does
tiles
stone.
are not safe. They're juicy though.
Yes, that eye is going to be juicy. And that's not a tile. That's a loose eye. That's a loose eye on that. Sky 1 and Sky 2 have loose eyes.
Guardian Marcus already up to 11 and 12 for his standing party. Got a limited supply of heal pops to keep the party up, though, so he has to be deliberate in who gets healed when. And without any armor on that black belt, if that zombie D hits it, it's
Well,
hard.
Well, but remember, black belt gets armor gets absorbed per level as well. I want to say it's 2 absorbed per level. Sky one into Marsh Split.
Ooh, fun, fun, fun. Well, an undead pack, something that light axe can do pretty good work on.
So my usual preference when it's available is to run either Thief Black Belt Rainbow, Thief Black Belt White Black, or Black Belt Rainbow.
Ooh, and up is
Bridge of Destiny.
That is 4 shards found and potentially extremely high experience grind, but it's very deep, so I highly doubt anyone's going to try it.
Yeah. Oh, this is where you wish you had exit.
Well, warp for sure. Exit brings you all the way out. Yeah, I agree. At this point, it's so deep, exit would be amazing.
Yeah.
This is when you hope that you're going to find a city so you can just save and reset out. We've already found Ice Cave, which is the only loop that has its own exit built in. And that is Marsh Top at Marsh Bottom. That is a Bane Sword. That is a powerful, swingable weapon, but it's also a caster item that can sweep bodies.
Yes, it is.
When we find Bicky, we can Bane his entire pirate band. And the Wizard Staff. Or, was that Mage Staff or Wizard
That's
Staff?
a Wizard Stack. That's the Wizard Stick. That's the
Confusion.
one that spells Confuse. The one that casts Confuse.
Well, if we find Carrie. Maslotto on his way out of Sky 2 or Sky 1 as Guardian Marcus starts raiding Sky 1 himself.
And this is at Northwest?
Yes, it is. So we still have the Marsh check and the Elfland and Elf Castle checks. And Oslotto finding those sea snakes that I believe Guardian Marcus already found, and that's just conceding.
Hmm.
Now, question Oslotto checking that box mostly to verify that save on exit is on or off. Gonna find that it is off, so he has to pick up everything from the get-go.
Yeah.
This is a big
That's
worry with
gonna
Guardian
hurt.
Marcus, because did Guardian Marcus run back out to save his grind before coming into Sky?
I don't believe he did. That could end up being problematic.
I just felt that risk of having to take that one step off the stairs. If that encounter was
If that encounter was a
steps
war
earlier,
mech. If that encounter was, yeah, it was a couple steps earlier and was a war mech.
and Oslotto saving out, knows what's down there, just gonna go ahead and continue searching, finding Mirage 1.
Mirage 1.
As Guardian Marcus finds the Bane Sword down in Marsh Bottom that's on Marsh Top, and then -2 gold. Not horrible armor, given the fact that they have almost no armor just yet.
Given the fact they have almost no armor and pretty much everything, there's a white shirt.
That is that is full party evasion running in Viz 2 on a stick. Well, sure.
But the problem is that I don't. Oh wait, yeah. I'm sorry. It's my mistake. And Oslato's gonna get out and save and go back in.
And find
And that's
C-split.
C-split.
2 chests and 2 sides. Pick a side. Any side, and see where it goes. And gets away from that seafood party black. Very, very glad to get away from that seafood party back. And those snakes. He really knows how bad those snakes can be.
Yeah, snakes. That's straight to Kraken on the right.
That's another
Snakes.
4 shards found. That is both of our 4 shard beans, and that is Sarda.
Sarda.
That is a huge item found.
That's a ship.
Boat. That is actually full outer sea access for Oslato. He made it through Ice Cave and got that canal, so that boat will show up at the Elfland docks.
I don't know. I don't know if on entrance and floor it won't show up at Corneria always.
That is true. I don't. If it maps it based off the entrance location.
That is the thing I don't remember. That is the thing I don't remember.
We shall find out. Honestly, Oslato probably would head towards Elfland and Elf Castle anyways, just knowing that there are 2 more locations to check. But having saved out, having that boat, having the canal.
Yeah, I think
about
it's
to find this shirt.
I think it's always Corneria. I think it's maybe not. I could be wrong. And hello to True Nefor in chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Lefeinian ladder race of Final Fantasy Randomizer. That is a Bahamut.
Do we have Bahamut's Horde? If so, that's a lot of items and gear to found. No, we do not.
No, we do not.
That is promotion, which would be handy with that katana and the white shirt to make them actually wieldable. But and we have the sea hallway.
Into Cardiazonk.
Well, that means our access to the outer sea is our way out. And yes, it looks like it is mapped to Elfland.
It is mapped to the location.
Well, 3 quick checks you can go to now. We can check what Melmond is, as well as the Earth Cave and the Titans East. And that is a crescent. That is another check for an item with these sages.
Yes.
So, for any of those jumping into the race early or now, a little late, either way, welcome. What we are dealing with here is a randomizer that includes the floors of different dungeons, the locations, including cities. We could even have a city at the bottom of a giant path of dungeon halls.
Oh, we do have deep towns? We do have deep towns on?
I believe we do. If we don't, then that'd be...
Yes, Deep Towns is on.
Okay,
Deep Towns is on. We also can have Deep Topher.
And that is the adamant from the sages, so it's something to do when they find Elf. Or Elfland.
You mean dwarfs?
Or dwarfs, yes. Sorry. And that is Waterfall and Ice Cave. Another location to get an item. As Guardian Marcus bails out of the dirt hole that is the marsh and heads towards
You mean Earth Cave?
Oslato is in Earth Cave, which turns out to be Waterfall, as Guardian Marcus leaves Marsh to go towards Elfland.
And... well, True Nefer in chat says, imagine an enemy rando that replaces the basic goblins imps with Warmech. Well, there is a flag. We do have a flag that includes imps in the script pool for Fiend Refights and Warmech. For Fiend Refights, Warmech Chaos. So there is a flag that does something like that.
There's also the Warmech Unleashed flag, which replaces the last encounter in all locations, I believe, with Warmech.
Warmech Unleashed is a blast.
Guardian Marcus, now knowing that he has to get through Ice Cave to get any progression, we know, of course, that that is going to lead to the canal.
And I missed, what was it?
It was the canoe, sorry.
Ah.
So that is access to ordeals.
We also have a flag that is unsafe pirates, or buffed pirates, which will put the pirates in. Oh no, that was Titan's Tunnel. It was Waterfall.
Yep, that is Northwest Castle.
Earth Cave is Northwest. Yeah, Earth Cave is Northwest Castle.
Guardian Marcus making his way through. Checking that one box that Oceloto skipped, knowing that there's that encounter tile, and finding a blue D.
Now that's not a bad grind. That blue D is a real grind for that black belt.
Oceloto done with the Melman continent for now. Going, looks like, towards Crescent Lake. Has Crescent Lake to check, as well as the volcano and the actual ice cave itself. Using that lower water dock, which is closer to Crescent than the proper dock up top. And finding the Sky Maze.
Going up and left, which is not the usual way I go.
It is a personal preference thing, or how you feel, but as long as you don't go down, we're not usually that abrasive.
And
Lefeinian.
And there's, as we said, deep towns, there's Lefeinian. And no Lefeinian Superstore.
Just the normal level 8 magic. And of course, with the Magic Shuffle, that level 8 magic could well still have nuke, but not gonna ever really get to that, I don't think, because Guardian Marcus is out, has that canal.
And Volcano is one of the volcano floors.
This is Volcano 4? This is the one right before Agama floor, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's 4.
Guardian Marcus going back and getting
Sky 3.
Well, this is our last Sky floor, so we know the Sky incentive item must be here. But Guardian Marcus stopping back at Candaria, actually picking up pro rings in the shop there.
I don't think that's a bad play. Aegis -3. Oh man, armor has been awful this seed.
Very true. I mean, that -1 on the opal bracelet sucks, but it's an opal bracelet -1. It's still the best bracelet.
Yeah, that's a coral +3. That's a real sword. And that's a zonk.
Well, it's a zonk, but Oceloto, I hope, remembers this 6-pack, because now we know, having not seen it, the incentive item in Sky is there. Okay, he's going. With that random incentive. Also, gold bracelets were for sale, or Guardian Marcus picked up 2 of them. I don't see 2 in his inventory, at least. Yeah, found those at Crescent.
And those Medusas have heal. And they come in big packs, so that's any fight with a Medusa. any fight with Medusas is going to be a time sink. There's Guardian Marcus picking up that adamant.
Also, did us the favor of checking that level 6 white magic. That was Cure 2, Life, Pure, and Cure 3. So Life magic's first encountered at level 6.
Those red dragon, or those Arhydras have... Yeah, the fire hydrants have rub and hit like trucks.
I think Guardian Marcus is going to really like having those pro rings equipped to his party when he finds them.
Yeah, there's a neutral sun sword and there's a crystal.
Literally the last box Ocelotto checked in all 3 sky floors was the incentive item. Quite hilarious. Now to run it out with a solo white mage. Thankfully, these damaged tiles do not have encounters, so they're essentially safe, minus the damage to the party, to walk on, and that is out. So, from here, do you think Ocelotto's just going to go and check what is in the river, or check what is there at Ice Cave? Oh, never mind.
Oh, there's stone poison on the Caribs.
The waterways are dangerous.
They always are.
As Guardian Marcus picks up the canoe, Ocelotto is bailing out to revive the party. Now this is where having some save items to save scum is extraordinarily valuable. That hilarious oddity of having to dive through Sky Maze just to get to a city to buy gear.
No, it's Lefeinian, so it's just to get somewhere to revive your party.
True. Sorry. I meant to say revive party. I mean... And Guardian Marcus still running that 3-man party, which does help with experience. When you have downed party members, these flags do not eliminate them, or... these flags do not change it that those down party members absorb experience, so when you have a down party member, your other standing characters get the experience that would otherwise go to that party member.
Yes.
It's focusing.
So at this point, each one is getting 4/3 of the experience. I think.
Each member that is standing is getting 1/3 of the experience.
Yeah, it's getting an extra third of the experience that would normally go from a battle.
They would each normally get 1/4 of the experience, but each of them is getting their 1/4 plus 1/3 of the 1/4 that would go to the man who is down. Otherwise, just each of them gets 1/3. Doing math on stream cannot be easy.
And this is why when you run a black belt, you down the rest of your party. Ice goes to Ice 2.
And Guardian Marcus diversions going to checkward heals.
Well, Guardian Marcus knows that there is a... that's a key.
That is a key in Castle Canaria, so that's an immediate check on the Canaria locked as well.
And we know that's the Oxyale. Because Guardian Marcus, it might be Guardian Marcus that knows it. An ice sword, a neutral ice sword. Meanwhile, Oslo found Earth 4.
Checking out that armory.
Checking out Lich's armory and Lich's closet. And I don't blame him. Those are good checks.
So that plus 80 hit points on that black page. Guardian Marcus already has 320 hit points on it. And that is the rod.
That's the rod.
so far they've only found the cube lock, but having the rod makes it easier to go beyond. Guardian Marcus making a run to check the Sage Hint Giver. Just resetting out. And that is Provoca.
And there's a Provoca. Let's see what Vicky's...
have. Pirates acting more or less vanilla, it seems.
Oh, whiz vamps.
Now that is not a happy party to find.
Well, it depends on if you've got enough resources to kill it.
True,
That was a
true.
bottle.
Now we know where Gaia is. That is at Matoya's cave.
I mean, if you've got the resources to kill the whiz vamp pack, that is a very, very happy thing to find.
Oh, just like those +3 chain armor, or whoever can use it. But at this point, they've got some good armor for most of the party otherwise. This will actually be our first look at level 2 white magic, which could be very handy.
Harm 4. Yes,
That
it is.
Stupid handy.
That is legit.
That is probably the third most powerful spell that they could have, other than... Actually, the
And-
second most powerful weapon they could have, other than Fade.
Ice 2, third, because if Nuke rolls levels 1 through 4, after promotion, that thief will get it.
Guardian Marcus on his way to the waterways, gonna find that Provoca and get the bottle out of that ice cave. Figure Oslaughter is gonna be going straight to get that turn in for the bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
The question is, does Oslaughter remember the water dock, or is he just gonna go ahead and go into the inner sea?
Looks like into the inner sea is our answer.
Honestly, it's not much faster to go to the water dock at this point,
Yeah.
but it's nice to know it's there. Who knows?
Guardian
This could
Marcus
turn
gonna-
into the cube.
Guardian Marcus gonna check out that, gonna check out Lich's closet.
Finding some gear. That is a pretty juicy party to kill. That's 5 whiz mummies.
Yes.
And some fast jerk birds. Yep, that's Harp 3 at Gaia 6, I believe. Yep, Gaia 7.
Gaia 8. That's Gaia 8. The bottle is the floater, which is real nice to see. You love to see it.
Indeedly do. No? That gives wide open options for Oslaughter. And heal 3. That's yeah, those wolves.
Now, if you're Oslaughter here, and
The
You're
Cardia
about to-
Isles.
I would
That
do
is-
one thing first. I would check Titans West and Sarda first.
Very true. They're right beneath the Cardia Isles. You can also do a straight down to check Gaia, but we don't. There's only 2 things to check there, so. And they don't have the chimes, so they can't check what the desert is, so yeah.
3, because
I
you can
agree
check
with your
Lefeinian. Well, my thought on it is not really anything more than I want to finish off knowing what's at Melman Continent.
very true, and I personally have fallen for the I forgot these checks before, so that's a
Yeah.
heal 3 helm that could be incredibly useful. And more wolves. Well, we actually knew that would be the wolf tiles because we already been to the Agma
Yes.
Fort, and that is the same tile as that first tile in the Agma Fort. And
There's a ribbon
that is
plus 3.
the best armor is better than best. The only party member that can't wear that is the White Mage. And the Thor
that's a
Hammer
Thor
plus
hammer.
2. I believe that Oslaught was wielding an axe of some sort that rolled plus with that fighter, so... And that is a Lich.
And that's a
Lord.
Lich.
Are we to see our first fiend? Oh, poison spiders.
And let me play you the song of my people.
Pain. Oop, that's level 2 black warp. That could be useful with promotion.
Yes.
We already know where Bahamut is, so... Finding that tail. Then again, there's that caveat. If you promote, you lose the MDef scaling from the black belt, but then we get the caveat of the black belt's blursing of -1 MDef per level, so you probably want to ribbon on it anyways. Ooh, Lich Stone to party member.
Well,
I do believe there's a caveat to that caveat to the caveat in the fact that if you put the ribbon on the black belt no longer has its native absorb.
Yeah. That's correct.
So
But
move that opal bracelet
even
over
with
there.
even with a -1 MDef, that black belt still has pretty good MDef. It's just not game-breaking MDef.
That is a Lich done. And we have Marsh in the Titans of West. And Amasa.
That's a massive +2.
That is by far and away the biggest it got big. Interesting, putting on the Thief, not the Fighter. The Thief has, or the Fighter has a -10 strength, so understandable to put it on the Thief. And Guardian Marcus on Sky on the Sky floor, gonna get the incentive item, and that is a herb. We do not know where Elf Castle is, though.
It's a Sun Sword. There's Guardian Marcus picking up that crystal. And Oslaught going to walk his way out. Guardian Marcus finds that to be the other Cardia Zonk. That Coral +3 is a real sword.
Indeedly do, and it can do a lot of damage against those very painful parties that we've encountered in sea.
And that's greater than less than that Oslaught has found at Cardia Grassy.
That is the 10 chests that we have not seen in all of Mirage/Sky, so... And Guardian Marcus is out of Volcano. Soon to be free of the sea and on the way to get the floater.
That's money, 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 a shard, money, money, X-Cal -3, Opal Shield +3, cabin, and a soft potions.
Well, put the massa, maintain it on the Thief/the Ninja, and I mean, an X-Cal. Hey, that's something
There's
to turn the
dwarves.
adamant into it.
And there's a professional ring.
Oslotto did not stop to buy those, so that is one he can get to use and not have to spend the money for it, and that's a talk to the Hooray Dwarf. Hooray.
Hooray! And that's a cube. We know where the cube lock is. And I will already declare Oslotto the winner because he talked to the Hooray Dwarf and didn't kill the Hooray Dwarf.
I personally believe that the Hooray Dwarf is the Hodor of Final Fantasy I. He is in a perpetual state of witnessing his own death and understanding that he is in a time warp situation. That's why if you slay him, he always comes back when you come back. You have to finish off the time warp, end the loop of chaos to free him. But that's just me and my headcanon. And finding Cardia treasure, this is the one that normally would have Cardia incentive. I don't know if we have the incentive on though. No, we didn't.
Nope. Dargan Sword +2. That's not a bad find.
And that is a floater from the ferry for Guardian Marcus, soon to be in the air.
And that's a Marsh 2.
Already done Marsh Top, so there's no reason to check that link chest right there. And that is
into
Elfland.
Elf Castle.
Pardon me, Elf Castle, yes.
Which he has the herb, so that gives us a slab. We have not yet found Melmond.
But we have found the Thane.
We have found Lupaland, but we have not found Melmond to translate Lupa language. That is CTFC, which of course stands for that friendly chest.
The chest that, if not for the randomizer, no one would know requires the key to get to.
Yes, exactly. And Guardian Marcus is going to check out the Sarda Cave, which is Volcano Armory into something into Lich, as I recall.
Indeed we do, and I believe this is where he's going to find the Masa as well.
Yes, I am pretty sure that is where he finds the Masa.
Oslotto clearing most of the chests on this floor, not having the key, having not gone to ordeals yet, which is one thing Guardian Marcus did already, which is somewhat faster the way he did it, because you can use that water dock, you don't have to land the ship and then sail all the way. But that
There's
is the
a tail. And there's a paper cut sword. Rolling -2. To which I say, how do you tell the difference? And there's a Temple of Fiends.
Now this is actually good for Oslotto, because now Oslotto will only have to go to ordeals the once, because they'll be able to get the princess as well as the king's item.
Yes.
And Guardian Marcus about to find a speed bump who can stone party members. +200 damage on that harm, doing good work.
And that's 2 more shards for Guardian Marcus.
A reminder for anyone who joined us late, we are running a shard hunt, which means they just need to get a certain number of shards. They don't actually need to defeat all of the fiends to unlock the black orb and get into the past.
That is correct. And I did not see where Guardian Marcus was on his shard hunt. No, there's the Massa. Massa was on Marsh.
Maslado on his way backing out of the sea dive that was in the Cardia Isle as Guardian Marcus gets the herb. Definitely gonna mark down that marsh is where he needs to go. And finds Matoya with the orb in hand. And it's a ribbon.
There's 1, 2 shards in Matoya's cave.
That is one friendly witch with all the gear to give.
Looks like both players on stream are very close on shard count.
Very true. Alzado does need to get to Cardia because Alzado does need to get that key regardless of what the princess has to actually progress through the door.
There's an eye tile.
We know that eye tile is kind of dangerous, but it is a very juicy tile. The seafood party pack tile
Seafood party pack tile is, oh, damage poison on lobsters. Hello.
Yeah. At this point, I'd probably just reset out for Ozelotto, just save the heal pots.
Well, yeah, I think I would too.
Into it. Guardian Marcus clearing greater than less than, as Ozelotto is committing to this fight. Gonna get some 3-man grind up.
I mean, I can't say that I would think that I think it's a bad play. I think I would have taken the zombie D grind earlier. But an eye grind is pretty much not ever the wrong play if you find the eye grind at a decent point.
Very true.
Which that black belt is just about at the point where he's going to be able to. Oh, Asloto, why are you healing not black belt?
That's a question for him when we get into chat. Guardian Marcus checking the Marsh link chest. Just checking it, reading it's linked. But yeah, one thing to note with Ozelotto's choice.
Okay, Ozelotto is choosing to run out, and
we are at 55 minutes. I kind of expected him just to stay there and grind, knowing that close to an hour wants to get it done sooner than later. But that's the slab for Guardian Marcus.
We do have one runner that is not on stream.
It is Mr. Adam Grouper, I believe.
Yes. Who has done many great things for our community, including making all of the tracker and boards for the bingo.
And Ozelotto is choosing to promote, which kind of makes sense why he'd stop grinding, because he wants to get the black magic cast on the ninja, as well as potential white magic cast on the warrior, now knight. So that kind of explains why he was keeping him up. Then again, I don't know.
But now the black belt is. Now the black belt is kind of useless.
It's definitely less good, because if you grind it up and then promote, it maintains the good MDef growth. But if you promote and then grind up, it levels up with that poor MDef growth, which is already negative by the blursing, but is now, I think, 1 MDef flat.
No. The Black Mage's MDef is now maxed out.
The Black Belt,
sorry, Black Mage, Black Belt. The Black Belt Master's MDef is maxed out. It is 1 minus 1, so 0.
Well, with 2 ribbons in hand, Oslaughter knows where one's going, and not going back to grind to go ahead and turn in this cube lock to see what's behind the Dwarven Cave.
Oh, that's the wrong eye. That's the wrong eye.
And finding the last volcano floor that isn't Carrie's floor.
And Carrie's floor.
And that is all of our fiends accounted for. We know where Kraken and Tia are both on this continent even. Northwest Castle and I believe one of the Elfland locations.
I think it's Elf Castle? And Oslodo is going to take on Carrie.
Going to get those 2 shards and some experience. Interesting, trying to use the mage stick instead of punching. At this point, I don't think that would be any better than punch, especially against Carrie, who is resistant to fire.
Well, also... Oh, Carrie's got high absorb.
As Oslaughter clears out Carrie, Guardian Marcus is back on that Agama floor tile, grinding the Black Belt, using the Masa in the hands of the Black Belt. So Guardian Marcus is following your idea of getting to those the zombie Ds.
You take the grind that's good enough. And it's right inside, it's right off of the first level. It's just barely inside the, it's about 10 or 15 steps. It's 10 or 15 steps from the main map, which means when you get your party down, and look at that 12,000 XP for that Black Belt.
For two zombie Ds that at one touches with the Masa.
Yes.
And not promoted, so that's going to be a Black Belt that gets the full MDef growth -1, which is still absurdly good MDef. Even -1, that is the best MDef growth, or MDef you can get.
Yes.
Yep, see, looks like that is... I'm brain farting on the continent, the city on the continent, but...
Onrak.
Onrak continent, there we go. Onrak itself has the Sea Shrines Mermaid floor. Now, you do not want the Hooray Dwarf to be put out of his misery, but do you prefer or do not prefer carbonation of bubbles?
Carbonate bubbles.
Job done. Good work, Oslaughter.
Carbonate bubbles. Bubbles gets in the way too much.
And so far, mermaids not showing anything of value. Guardian Marcus already at level 28 on that Black Belt.
And that right there is the difference. You carbonate bubbles because bubbles gets in the way. You don't murder Hooray Dwarf because Hooray Dwarf doesn't get in the way.
You have ample room above and below the Hooray Dwarf to evade him.
Bubbles, on the other hand, is trapped in that small room and with 2 different chests and easily gets in the way.
Now here's an interesting thing. Guardian Marcus is up to 30 on that black belt. At least will be at 30 with this level. 32.
32.
Might as well take the moss off because that black belt is going to be punching as
that
hard,
black
if not
belt's-
harder.
That black belt is now punching more than the Massa does. But I can see not doing it because it's one-shotting anyway, and that's just more. It's one-shotting regardless, so that is just reducing menu time.
Indeedly do. Auto out going to Waterfall, hoping to find something, and finding it. That is the rod lock. A rod lock behind Waterfall.
Now, has Guardian Marcus found the? Has Guardian Marcus found Temple of Fiends yet?
No, Guardian Marcus bailed out of the search of Cardia Isles. I do believe Topher was Cardia Marsh. Or Swamp.
Was that or it was Cardia Tiny? And Guardian Marcus has taken the zombie Ds up to 42.
Might even go higher because going to 50 does get you that much more damage and that much more absorb.
That much more MDef. Yeah, absorb and MDef.
That moment where you're so high level and have such high experience or high HP that nearly 200 is on your knees.
Yeah. That's 40 for Guardian Marcus on that black belt, and there is Onrak.
Still no signs of our item for sale. So at this point, when they find Elfland, that's
It's Elfland. That's where
actually,
it is.
No.
They've checked everywhere else.
Melmond
Doesn't have an item
yet,
shop.
but it doesn't have an item shop.
And Oslodo takes the Inn of Shame. Well, actually, it's not an Inn of Shame in Deep Towns.
It's an easy exit.
Yeah,
And
it's
Guardian
an easy
Marcus,
exit.
grind achieved. Gonna go ahead and res the party members that they feel they need.
We're gonna go ahead and
Lotto bails on the Onrak on it.
res the party. Put the. At this point, I would raise the fighter anyway, and just use the fighter as a meat shield.
Could be value, but you do have the Massa equipped thief with the ruse stick to be your front line. Not a horrible pack and setup, as Oslato going to Gaia, finding ordeals. Get your pillar of choice in. I believe he went pillar 1 already, and yep, it was not pillar 1. So I'm going with pillar 3.
Well, it could be pillar 1 down. Yeah, it was pillar 1 and down. Because pillar 1 went straight to that other split.
Guardian Marcus picking up Cure 3. Unfortunately, that life is promo locked for that white mage. That Flame -2 isn't a horrible shield that the Black Mage could wield, but I don't think it has a spot for it with the rest of its equipment. And that is a ruby.
That's a ruby. That's a ruby. That is completely useless item. No, not completely useless. It does open up 4 checks, and is one of them incentivized? Question mark?
I do not believe Titans
It is not.
incentivized.
Titans is not incentivized. But Guardian Marcus Guardian Marcus is a loot away from go mode.
At this point, finding the princess and Topher itself, and who knows, the princess might have vanilla loot.
That means I'm gonna restart your phone.
And Guardian Marcus going up to Tia, getting a clean run across the Bridge of Destiny, going for those 4 shards. There's Lotto in go mode as well, shard-wise. Going with the Bane Sword, going with the white shirt. That is a Bane for Guardian Marcus on Tia 1. And an Orblit for the sky.
Cheeky Bane strats.
Put that sword to work.
That's... Oh, we've got blue steak.
That's a pretty tasty experience. And relatively thin blue steak, all things considered. And Guardian Marcus choosing to go for the Fiend fights, not wanting to bother much more searching.
It's easy shards.
Indeedly do.
It's easy shards. At this point, Guardian Marcus is in the all I need is loot.
Specifically the instrument, not just random equipment and gear.
Yeah.
Because Oslotto is now checking ordeals, going with that air landing, going through the desert, getting a blue D on his way, gonna get his key, gonna get the Oxyale, and going to get the princess's item, which, if it is the loot, would put Oslotto into go mode.
Yeah, and that is blue steak followed by sandwich. That's a nice.
Definitely a juicy grind. Key from the king and chime.
Oh.
Well, that's not a horrible time to get it for Oslotto because he is in proximity to the desert check.
Yeah. Desert goes to Melmond. Lefeinian has loot, maybe? Or Lefeinian leads to loot?
We still haven't seen the TNT.
That's true. Well, we also haven't seen Elfland, so...
Or the crown. We know where Northwest Castle is, or we've seen it at least, so... And Guardian Marcus has found Topher. It was in Marsh. Or Cardia Marsh.
Okay, it was Cardia Marsh.
Realizing that the loot
Realizing
needs
he
the
does
loot.
not have the loot.
And that is Elfland. Fire 3, solid castable spell for that ninja. And that is Cure 4 and Invis 2. Those are excellent
Invis
items
2.
to have.
Yeah, but Invis 2 is not night castable.
True, but the knight could use the white shirt, so that could be 2 Invis casters.
I don't understand why Guardian Marcus is looking for loot. Is opening chests. Oh, has he not found the item in the Sea Shrine floors yet? Did we find
that
the
was
item
the
in Sea
tail, so
Ah,
it will be tail.
which he has.
That is
yeah.
the crown for sale in Elfland. And we saw level 4 Fade there in Elfland as well, so that white mage now has plenty of destructive power. And that is the tail for Guardian Marcus. Immediately resets out of it.
Well, that's the correct play, because Guardian Marcus is not going to promote.
Zlotto got the crown, gonna go see what Astos has for him. That is the TNT.
TNT.
Astos has boomsticks.
It's TNT, it's dynamite.
Two different things, but a very good song. I'm kind of pedantic.
Which was exactly what I was going for, was a reminder of the very good song.
Well, Zlotto checking those chests. I'm, again, wondering why.
Does Zlotto have enough shards?
I believe Zlotto is in go mode at this point. Or is very close to it. The side effect of having very fast menuing is hard for us to see sometimes.
Yeah.
Guardian Marcus has the punch cannon online, but at this point Zlotto actually does have the advantage as far as general exploration goes. About to check with Narek as to what he has.
And the TNT is going to become the Power Bonk.
Not needed, but damn near absurdly valuable. Especially for a Zlotto who did not put the punch cannon online. The Power Bonk gives or casts Tempora, which doesn't really affect punch.
And meanwhile, Marcus is going to clear Vampire Floor and... Where is Melmond? I think Melmond has to be at... I think Melmond almost has to be at Mirage Tower, doesn't it?
If we haven't checked Mirage, then yeah.
Oh, no one's checked Oxyale.
True. We've gotten to the city, but we haven't... And Zlotto, knowing that, on his way, as Guardian Marcus, just thinking it, is going to check. And that is the city behind the city.
That is Melmond.
Guardian Marcus getting his quick hooked on phonics action going. We'll no longer have to Loopa with the Lefeinians. Or at least we'll be able to intelligibly communicate with Loopas.
Loopa.
His Loopa literacy level has been maxed out. I'm sorry for the alliteration, it's... yeah. Well, this could just mean Lefein has the loot. By could just mean, I mean it really does mean that.
Yeah, at this point. Which means Guardian Marcus is... gonna run away from the wrong eye, and...
Pharaoh, I will never avoid unnecessary alliteration. It's just built into me to do so.
And Guardian Marcus is trying to remember where Lefeine was. I'm trying to remember where Lefeine was.
Well, Guardian Marcus, not remembering where it is, does remember where the Castle Canary is. Gonna pick up that,
E, which is also necessary.
Well, he has the key. He was the first one to go there. He went via ship.
That's right.
So Guardian Marcus just needs to get the item from the princess. Did Guardian Marcus fight Garland and then not save Sarah?
Fought Garland, saved Sarah, reset out.
Oof.
That feels bad. That feels
is
super
Lefeine
bad.
At Crescent for Oslato, this should be the get to go mode.
It is the get to go mode.
And Oslato is about to go where Guardian Marcus currently is, but go to the Black Orb. And that is exit at level 8. That's hilarious.
That feels real bad.
Gets it and uses it just to be... I mean, might as well. And we've already seen we have short Topher on with Refight All Fiends, so they've already done so much dungeon diving, they might as well just have a fast fight through.
Yes, I am a big fan of short Topher.
Oh, Oslato is going to go ahead and get a grind on. It looks like there's no other reason to come here.
No, there really isn't. And that's going to put Guardian Marcus... That's going to give Guardian Marcus the edge.
Okay, this isn't a grind. This is going to fight a fiend.
Oh, Oslato might not have the... Oslato might still need shards.
Or wants to find the mecha robot chicken. Mormac. That would be hilarious.
This wasn't...
Or was
this didn't lead to Bridge of Destiny.
Oh yeah, that was... You're correct. That was the...
no, it did. It did. Because Marsh Top led to Bridge of Destiny. Come on, Marcus. Remember where... Come on, Guardian Marcus. Remember where Lefeine was. Go check Lefeine first.
Given how much more Guardian Marcus needs to find to be in parity for items, and how much does not need those items, Oslato is going to fight the fiend, and does not need it. As Guardian Marcus goes dungeon diving to find Elfland, gotta go back in and get the magic. No reason not to at this point. Also knowing the crown is here, but well, we know he does not.
Guardian Marcus thinks it could be the loot.
Understandably
For all
so.
Guardian Marcus knows, it could be the loot.
Could be the loot in the store, could be the crown that we know is in the store goes to the loot. Either way, definitely wants to do this. Finding that fade, gonna definitely pick that up. It's doable. Nope, not even checking. Guardian Marcus is daring, but not needed. Guardian Marcus is trying to go in for go mode and check. Oh, and Guardian Marcus is going to go and dive ordeals as Oslato takes down a Sky Fiend. The Dragon Queen has been slain. Half of me thinks Osloto doesn't remember that this is a shard hunt. But didn't go to sea. That is now going to Topher.
Yep. Yep, that is Osloto headed for Topher.
Our first Topher dive to actually into Topher to do anything. Doing a bit of item shuffles, check things around beforehand. Got the X-Cal on the Warrior, the Masa on the Thief. 122.45. And a Womp Katana in the final chest just to be Womp. Swing, swing, swing across the board for Lich. That was 90 damage from the Black Belt.
And that's a cure 4.
Better see it now than not.
It's only about a level 20 something, so that black belt really is not. The black belt is not a viable for anything other than an ablative shield at this point.
Indeed we do. Ooh, we got Rub on carry 2. Thankfully those ribbons and pro rings where they're applicable.
Yeah, Guardian Marcus doesn't remember where Lefeinian is.
As Lotto has made it through carrying no one to Kraken 2, will Kraken 2 do its favorite thing and punch the White Mage? Kraken 2 very absorby, not taking all that much damage from the swings, and doing 371 to that Warrior. That is pretty brutal given the fact that we know Osloto does not have life, I believe. In fact, I don't think we didn't even see life 2. We saw life at level 6. Actually, no, life 2 was at level 7, it looks like.
There we go. Guardian Marcus headed to Crescent Lake, which we know is Lefeinian.
Finally on to the progression. Osloto getting that heal off on the Warrior. 3 damage from that Black Belt, or that Master. It really does not feel good seeing that. 2 damage, but there's the Masa swing, 4 hits for 314. Ice 2 from Kraken 2, nothing to worry about. 200 plus damage out of that X-Cal minus on the Warrior. A loot coming into the hands of Guardian Marcus.
There's the loot for Guardian Marcus.
As Go Mode unlocks for Guardian Marcus. This Kraken is pretty dang tough. And that is a stunned Black Belt, oof, oh well, and a dead Kraken 2.
And Marcus headed straight for that Topher.
Understandably so, and there's totally a chance to catch up. We haven't seen nuke or nuclear from any of these fiends so far, and honestly, with the levels that Osloto has across the party, nuke and nuclear, or any of the primary major spells, could do a lot of damage. 328,
yeah,
that is plenty of damage just on a punch from Tiamat 2.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
Is mad. Cure 4 coming out, full restore of health, 71 damage out, another 4 damage back up, Lit 2, pretty much a pass on the damage. Power bonking up that ninja, try and get that Masa swing for as much power as possible. Do not have fast cast, unfortunately, so no multiplicable swings.
And we have we've got a speed bump. Speed bump is gone.
It has been punched flat. Guardian Marcus is in punch cannon
I will
mode,
be back in a minute.
Catch up.
I'll be back in a minute.
Very well, and there is the nuke coming out, and that kills the White Mage, the Black Mage, or the Black Belt, and the Ninja. Oslotto seeing the pain come in one giant sweep. 240 hit points left for this Excal wielding warrior. That is Oslotto through. Man mode has Cure 4, can put the Massa onto that that black mate, or the warrior, can give the warrior the power bonk and the ruse stick. No reason to use the white shirt at this point because it does team buffing if it remembers. Meanwhile, Guardian Marcus got the 3-man party up still, doing the swings, doing the punches on Kraken 2. This indecision is... oof, no. And equipping the power bonk. Oslotto moving his one warrior down to slot 3 for the potential crit chances. This is a true race, and this is a spooky Garland pack. This is absolutely the worst thing possible when you're dropped to a one-man, seeing multiple enemies to fight. Oslotto using the white shirt, not utilizing the ruse stick. The ruse stick provides extra individual evasion, whereas the white shirt provides 1 stack comparatively. And Guardian Marcus getting the punches and kills. That is a kill on the final fiend for Guardian Marcus. About to join Oslotto in this fight against the pack of Garlands. Oof, and the pack of Garlands kills Oslotto dead. Oslotto back out, gonna go back in. As Guardian Marcus, meanwhile, is healing up the party, getting ready to go. About to find a horde of Garlands and Chaos. Getting that white shirt off for the evade for the team. Getting the ruse stick on the black belt for extra evade. Using wall on the white mage to give it the protection of a ribbon. Remembering that white mage cannot equip a ribbon. So now all party members have extremely good MDef, which is great against this cremate coming out. As long as the casts of cremate don't stack too heavily. We also have heal 3 available for full party heal ups. So that was a ruse stack and white shirt. So that is an extremely evasive. Another ruse stack coming in, another white shirt coming out. That is a 4 stack of evasion. Gonna have 6 stack once it hits against the black mage. Or the black belt will be punch cannon, dodge cannon, as Oslotto making it back in, dealing with the speed bump, having died to this chaos pack after going 1-man into that fight. And that is a fade coming out from the white mage. That is doing plenty of damage, taking down all but 2 of the chaos horde as a kill goes out on that thief. There's no more evasion in front, and nuke coming out. There goes the white mage. But punch is fully online, evasion is fully online. This is a kill coming in on Chaos.
Punch cannon, punch mage is online. And
Oslotto back through carry 2.
That'll do it. Guardian Marcus
wins. Get your GGs in chat for Guardian Marcus.
Guardian Marcus with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Took a while to search through it, remember where it was, got into Toph and punch cannoned away. Meanwhile, Oslotto fighting Kraken 2 for the 2nd time, worrying, of course, knowing that Nuke is on Tia 2, which took out 3 of his party members. And we know that Nuke is also on the Garland Chaos pack that finished off the fighter before, so this is not the best situation for Oslotto to be in. Getting those evasion stacks with that white shirt. Gonna try and keep the party up. Punch hard onto the thief. Definitely does not want Tony to die. Tony the Ninja with that Massa is the primary damage dealer in this party. Ooh, poison coming out, doing some damage. Almost taking that black belt down to down and out. But the master in this case stands up. gonna go ahead and use Cure 4 to get the most experience, or most healing is in one shot, then potion up with the rest of the party. Always leaving that third slot for last, just for menuing difficulties. And here we go, team at 2 for the second time. Gonna go ahead and power bonk, gonna go ahead and swing and roost stick. Or white shirt, I should say. Unfortunately, that white shirt does nothing to nuke, so Ocelotto knows they're on a timer. That nuke could low roll, could keep the parties up. Stacking heal 3 ahead of time, hoping that's gonna keep that little bit of life on, especially for that white mage. If that white mage goes down, there is little hope for Ocelotto. Of course, we know what's coming. Lit 3 coming out, doing some more chip damage, but that chip damage should be more than worrying, because that white mage is now at 200 hit points, and we know nuke is probably in the next 1 or 2 turns. And there it is, and that's almost certainly going to take the white mage out. Yep, 222 on 200. That is no more white caster, no more fades, no more cures of any, or heals specifically. And that is a dead Tia. That is still 2 men more than he had the first time way through. Ocelotto going to be able to utilize more items for casting, but not going to be able to use Fade or Wall, which are 2 incredibly powerful tools, especially against a bunch of Garlands that keep using Cremate. What's interesting is switch to the Katana on the Ninja and the Masa onto the Warrior, or the Knight, gonna put that Power Bonk on the Knight, so trying to utilize the Power Bonk and the Masa to compensate for the fact that the Warrior had that negative 10 strength debuff. Yeah, gonna get Nuke stacked up, Cremate coming out, dealing tons of damage to that evidently unprotected Black Mage. Nuke coming out, doing plenty of damage, should just leave Garland up, or sorry, Chaos up. In this case, that is the top right party member. That is one person to focus on. Gonna get that Nuke cast again, gonna keep going up with the buffs, Power Bonk. Not really getting anything from that swing from the Master. Swing again, gonna go Fire 3, gonna keep power bonking, not putting any more evasion on his party, getting swirled, 14 hit points left on the Ninja, 328 on the Warrior, gonna swing with that Katana, 112, 300 something on that Warrior, the Warrior swinging again with that Masa, 591, this is superb, this is some good damage, ooh. Almost taken down by that nuke, but the Cure 4 coming out right after to fully restore another 117 damage. This is a very chunky and strong Chaos. 262 life remaining, and that is a kill for Ocelotto. That is a second place overall and on stream at 1 hour, 35 minutes, 5 seconds. Just 5 minutes behind, and all things considering, 5 minutes behind on a seed like this is pretty much neck and neck. GG's in chat for our second place runner, Ocelotto. Now let's see if we can potentially get any of our runners in to chat to get an interview post-race.
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Our cell phone service decided to go haywire for a minute.
It pulled the AT&T.
Yeah.
You could say any cellular provider at any time, and someone would think that's accurate. Now, I don't know how to send an invite to this chat for our racers.
I'm not sure how to either.
Well, this is unfortunate. Let's find out. See if we can get them in. Please stand by.
Anyway, that what you saw out of Guardian Market.
Invite for Guardian Marcus. And invite out for Oslato. As we recover ourselves, we get Oslato in. GG's.
GG, that was a clincher at the end there, I'll say that much.
Indeed we do. And we are also joined by our winner on stream, Guardian Marcus. GG.
Hey, GG.
So, that final remembrance of, where is Lefeinian? Oh, so
Yeah,
we get Oslato
I mean, I had it
in.
written down, so
GG's.
it's on me to check my checker and try to remember that I've actually already been there instead of, oh, I haven't found it yet. I have to keep looking.
Yeah.
That whole ending was a mess for me. Bonking off the loot plate and yeah, I don't know what that was.
Well, I mean, you were just verifying that it was short Topher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, after the craziness that was the early game and all the wipes, the wipes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a rough early game, and I'm gonna have nightmares about arachnids for a while now.
Oh yeah, poison
Yeah.
arachnids. What about all the wolves types that had some form of healing? Just troll wolves.
Oh, they were great trolls. I will totally admit that. And the early dive into Sky, into the Sky 2, that was great.
Oh, hi, you'd be great experience if I could actually kill you. Oh, you can also kill me really easily.
Yeah,
and then the metal slime party.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, when you start with a party like that, it's very hard to, take down much of anything. So you really gotta find something you can defeat or some items that cast some spells, which is the route I went.
I think the real kick in the teeth was that both Provoca and Elfland were far, far away from start. But you were not going to get any good magic for a while.
Yeah, no,
Indeed,
I actually ran back into the ice cave, which was the Provoca location, to grab the Zeus gauntlet that I knew was there, but I wiped or whatever, and I had reset out, and then I found those frost wolves. I was like, okay, maybe I can handle it with a light axe and a Zeus gauntlet. And then they decided, hey, you didn't see this before, but we have glare or something that'll insta kill you, or ice 2 or something. They had something. It was just like, oh,
it
thanks.
was, yeah, insta kill right there.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting to see the divergence in choice of party. Well, not so much party because I was 4 but how you used it. Gary Marcus ended up going back on those dragons, the zombie Ds, and Agamaflor, and taking that black belt into punch cannon territory. At what point did you think, I think this is the best move?
Oh, very early on. Once I had entered the first time and I saw the zombie Ds. I tried to take them very early, but with not having many shards, the XP wasn't great, so I only leveled, I don't remember, like 13, 14. I was hoping to go all the way right there and then, but I knew that was going to take too long. So I knew then, and so I don't think I brought my fighter back after that. So
He was face down. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I'm like, this is what I'm going to do, and just get a few more items to get me set up for it, and then after I found the math, I'm like, okay, I gotta go back. Like, this is easy now.
Hey, so I'm gonna have to apologize because I've got to duck out. I'm having some major cell phone problems.
Understandably so. Thank you very much for jumping in. You are a last-minute inclusion for our comms crew. Very welcomed.
Thank you.
Thank you, DM.
Thank you.
Great race, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It was a fun one.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah. Osvaldo, your choice, going with the promotion of the party. What swayed you there?
I had an X-Cow, and I know that I could leverage that because it was early enough that I knew that if I used it, I could leverage it as killing off a good chunk of what was in my way. I didn't really think taking the black belt high enough was going to really be viable, especially because I believe the Blursing was a negative to his magic defense. So you might as well promote. You're not getting the magic defense you wanted anyways. And had I found a third ribbon, he would have taken it because you couldn't give one to the white mage. Never found that, but
Yeah, we have the two ribbons that you both found. One was Matoya, and the other one I believe, was somewhere in Ice Cave. I can't remember exactly where it was. It was nice seeing Wall get used on that white mage to keep it alive, especially that final fight with the garlands that just kept stacking cremate.
I had forgotten it was an alt boss and thought, oh yeah, this would be great. Ah, crap, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
This
unfortunately,
this fighter's not going to make it through the first time.
yeah, unfortunately, you got through all the fiends with the fighter alone.
Yep. Yeah, it was. That one was bad. The Tia's nuke is what finished it. That hurt. And I knew where life was. Life was in Crescent Lake, which was in Melmond, but it was too far of a journey. So I said, nope, I'm going to take the risk and going without it.
Yeah, life at level 6, then life 2 was level 7.
Never saw. I probably saw it, but completely forgot about it and just walked away.
Yeah, exit was level 8.
Exit was. I did pick that up. I did pick that up.
And you even used it.
I did. Only once, but just that once.
I don't even think my. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You were first, by all means.
I was just gonna say, I would think my white. Oh, I mean, I didn't promote anyways, but even if I did, I never went high enough on that white wizard, white mage to even cast it if I wanted to.
You got two. You got two for free because he started with Cure 3.
Right. Yeah, see.
That's the
Nothing.
only reason I bought it, is because I said,
Yeah.
well, I'm here. It might come in handy. It never did.
Good call.
But that at the very end, that nuke, 5 HP, you're hoping the Cure 4 on that fighter, which was I picked up for that exact reason. You hope it gets off in time.
Yeah, that full restore in one cast to balance out the damage that could be done. And of course, getting the promotion, you did have Nuke to cast with your ninja, which wiped out all the Garlands, leaving Chaos alone. Likewise, Guardian or Marcus, you had the cast of Fade that did more or less the same. That definitely made getting the final kill on Chaos a little easier.
Yeah, to figure out which one it was. At that point, I think I had a cat -3. And it's like, you know what? He's just going to spam nuke and then spam fire and then be a meat shield.
No, that definitely works. Unfortunately, because Fade did the Fade thing, so I left one alive. So I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna punch the first one and we'll see what happens. It was the last Garland.
It would always be. I'm trying to remember. Which one of you found the Sky incentive item in the Sky 6-pack as the absolute last chest opened? Having gone through all 3 Sky floors with chests, it was the last one that was opened.
Oh, that was me. I'll fully admit to that, because the first Sky that you saw was Sky 2. That was where Provoca was.
Mm-hmm.
The second Sky was... I can't remember, but I remember getting to the third one and opening it up and thinking, I know they're random, so where is it? It must be here. It must be here.
It would have been nice if it was a CC's Gambit, but it wasn't. You checked the 4-pack, it wasn't there, and you found it finally in that top left room or top left chest of the 6-pack.
Can't remember what it was. Rod,
Eh.
which you needed. The scary part was looking at my notes and thinking, where is Melmond? I've checked everything. Where's Melmond? And then it's in Onrak. It's in the submarine.
Deep town behind town.
Oh, that as soon as I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay. We're not going to be just circling in an airship for 5 minutes thinking, what did I forget?
Well, seeing as
Yeah.
Guardian Marcus, you managed to get through without getting everything, so
Yeah, I could have skipped a few more things if I had remembered that I'd already seen Lefeine. So once I found Melman behind the rod, if I had just gone straight to Lefeine, I could have been done a little bit quicker.
there were a few times where you guys were shaking hands or just high-fiving. And all things
Yeah, no doubt.
considered, a five minutes difference between the two, it literally came down to a wipe and Topher. Quite
Yeah.
literally difference. And speaking of time, our third racer in this race off stream, finishing third overall with a 1 hour 46-minute time. That would be Adam Roper. GG's to him.
If GG,
It's GG to good old ADR. That was a rough. That wipe and Topher is what killed me. I was happy to see Lich with Cure 4. I was like, great, we'll be fine on Chaos. And then Carrie had nothing. Kraken really didn't do a lot of anything.
Mm.
Tia was just chunky, like a lot of absorb, and I was thinking, just power bonk through it. He's got nuke. He wiped everyone but the fighter. Crap. And I found the ruse stick, and then lost it on a wipe, and never went back for it. I
It's
realized that when I got to Topher. I was like, where's the ruse stick? Crap.
Well, it just unfortunately is how it happens sometimes. I was noticing the use of the white shirt instead of the ruse stick. That explains.
That's why, because I didn't have it. I know where it was, but I know I must have wiped and then just said, I don't need it. Which was not the smartest thing I've done all day, that's for sure, but it was a thing I did.
It looks like you weren't alone. Adam Droper here in chat chiming in that he also whiffed on the ruse stick and couldn't find it.
If I remember correctly, it's one of the locations I wiped, so I'm assuming it had something to do with that Provoca play. I know I wiped in that ice cave quite a bit.
I might have been in the 6-pack because I had it.
Yeah, I know the Opal Cheerio was in the 2 in the top corner because I remember grabbing it and thinking, oh, this is great. And then I never went back for it when I came the second time because I think I was down to my white mage and got ambushed.
Yeah, not getting warp really made ice that much more deadly, and it was not a not deadly ice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not having access to warp or exit really dragged this one out.
Yep. This one, especially when you go in and find yourself in a place like, let's see, Elfland Castle, which was where are we going? Dead end. Or
Yeah.
finding out that both Corneria and Topher are both sides of Titans. It's like, well, that's so helpful. Thank you.
Unincentivized, and you did find the ruby eventually. But let's go ahead and switch it up to final thoughts. Guardian Marcus, our winner on stream, how are you thinking? What did you think of this seat?
I mean, the feat is fun. This is probably my, the one I love to run the most is entrance floor town shuffle with chart hunt. So I'm very happy. Things could have went better on the run tonight, but obviously still finished first, so pretty happy about that. And on to the next one.
Indeedly do, and Oslotto.
This was It was challenging. I will admit that it was entertaining. I'm quite certain that we put on a good show and had people holding their breaths at the very end of my Topher run. So, I'm glad that we had enough people to run. I'm certainly glad we had enough people to broadcast it. I mean, I gotta thank you, and I gotta thank DM. I know he's gone, but I mean, if it wasn't for you two, we wouldn't be broadcasting, and that's important too.
Well, it's always fun to be able to get on here and make sure we can share this randomizer community to the rest of the world. Speaking of which, thank you for allowing us to use your channel, Speed Gaming, to bring Final Fantasy Randomizer to the people. My name is Thavian Hawk. Joining me today was DM Stewart as our co-commentator. Thanks again to you, our racers, Guardian Marcus Oslato, and off-stream, obviously, Adam Roper. If you liked what you saw here with the Final Fantasy Randomizer, feel free to go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com to check out the randomizer itself. All you need is the ROM and an emulator to play. And of course, you will find there links to trackers, find links to our Discord, join the community, and just play. Enjoy this beautiful game that has been made all that much more beautiful by the work of our community. Once again, my name is David Hawk. Thank you all for having joined. Have a very good evening.